guys, it's Rachel here, and today I'm going to be filming for you guys part 1 of my Black Friday book haul. Now, I am filming this in multiple parts because I have a lot of books to show you guys. I kind of went cray with the deals. I have been saving my Bookoutlet haul. I've been saving up on my cart for a long time, and finally I just decided to go ahead and bite the bullet, and they had such a good deal. They had 30% off plus a $10 off coupon, and I just couldn't resist, so I went ahead and picked up a lot of the books that I've been wanting to get lately. And honestly, a majority of them are going to be adult fiction or adult fantasy, and I'm very, very excited about it. There are also other books here from a different kind of haul, but I can't wait to show you guys. And yeah, so let's just go ahead and get this started. So the first book is actually not a Bookoutlet order or a book that I bought myself. It's a book that was actually sent to me by a dear friend of mine, and it's going to be Valia Lind, and she recently released her book. Just recently got released on November 24th, I believe, and she was so sweet, and she contacted me, asked me if I wanted to review a copy for her, and that's going to be a copy of Pieces of Revenge by, obviously, Valia Lind. If you don't know who Valia is, she's absolutely lovely. She has a YouTube channel. I will go ahead and link it down below. It's Journey of a Dreamer. We have been friends for a long time, since I started my channel, and I do own her book, Falling by Design. I own an e-copy of it when it was released, and so she recently wrote this book, and she sent me a copy of it, and I could not be more grateful. She was so sweet. She sent me a card that had Ariel from The Little Mermaid on it and a whole bunch of signed swag, and she is just seriously the sweetest person ever, and I can't wait to read this. I'm actually about 25 pages in, and I'm finding that I'm really enjoying it. This pretty much is a story about a main character named Anastasia, and Anastasia, when she was very young, her family was brutally murdered, and they helped her to escape, and now she is looking to take revenge on the people that murdered her family, which is going to be this company that has this like genetics company that is basically playing God and trying and finding ways of curing and eradicating all kinds of sicknesses and diseases, and she's trying to infiltrate to get revenge for her family. And it's really good so far. I'm really enjoying it, and I can't wait to do a full review on this when I do finish it. The next book I have for you guys is a Bookoutlet book, and this is a book that I'm very excited about, and that's going to be 1,000 Names by Django Wexler, and this is a book that I'm going to be starting next week with Sana, Lindsay, Sarah, but this is a book that I'm going to be starting next week, and I'm very excited to do so. I'm not 100% sure about what this book is about, but I do know that it is flintlock fantasy, and this is a subgenre of fantasy that basically is, like I said, fantasy with guns. And this has a lot of war in it and battle scenes, and I'm very excited to read this. I'm trying to venture more into fantasy, and you'll see that with the rest of the great majority of the books in the rest of my book haul, but I'm very excited to read this. I do love the cover for this. I'm only upset that I didn't go ahead and purchase the signed copy of it that they had on the website, but that's okay. I'm very excited to read this, and I can't wait to get to it next week. The next two books are books that I'm not 100% sure if I've shown you guys yet, so that's why I'm going to go ahead and show you them right now. And the first one of it is going to be The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie, and I'm very, very excited to read this book. And although I don't really know a whole lot of what this book is about, I do know that it is grim, dark fantasy, and this is going to be a subgenre, of course, of fantasy that doesn't follow the same tropes of regular fantasy. And I'm actually going to go ahead and link down below Bitten by a Radioactive Book, Michael. He is, oh my god, I've been like obsessed with his videos. He is like seriously so incredibly intelligent and knowledgeable when it comes to fantasy and subgenres of fantasy, and he does a whole video on grimdark fantasy, and he explains what it is and some authors in grimdark fantasy. So I'm very excited to read this book. I've heard nothing but good things from Sarah and Lindsay, and I can't wait to get to this. This follows several different characters, and I've heard it's very dark and amazing, and I can't wait to get to this. And this is like something that I want to read like right now, but I'm reading other books, so it's kind of difficult. And the next book is another book, like I said, that I'm not 100% sure if I've shown you guys, and that's going to be Written and Read by Anne Bishop. And this is another book that I got on the recommendation of Lindsay and Sarah, and I just can't wait to read this one as well. This is also, I believe this is like an urban fantasy, and this follows our main character who is a blood prophet, I believe, and when she cuts herself, she can see into the future, or she can see what lies ahead, and so obviously this makes her very desirable for other people who obviously want to do her harm. So this does have a trigger warning for self-harm, but I'm very excited to read this book. I'm very excited to see what the fuss is with this book, because I've heard nothing but good things, and I believe that the third book in the trilogy comes out very, very soon, so I want to go ahead and read this one in the second book before it comes out. And the next book is a book that I'm super duper excited about, and I haven't even read the first one or finished the first one, but when it was on sale, I just like could not get it, so that's why I went ahead and got it, and that's going to be Words of Radiance by Brandon Sanderson. So this is the second book in the Stormlight Archive series by Brandon Sanderson. This is only the second book that is out within the series. I own The Way of Kings in a mass market paperback, and I also own it in the UK paperback edition, but on Bookoutlet they have the US edition in hardcover, and this is a very expensive book. This is a $30 book, and I got it for seriously like $4 or $5 within the sale, and it's even still kind of expensive on Bookoutlet. It's like $8.99 or $11.99, which of course by no means is expensive for a hardcover book, but when you're thinking about it, like I seriously paid like $4 or $5 for this, and it's very exciting. But I can't really explain to you guys what the Stormlight Archives is about, because it follows a multitude of characters, but I can tell you that the magic system is very interesting, and it's very good so far. I am enjoying The Way of Kings. I'm reading it very slowly because it is a hefty book, and I have so many other books on my plate, but I had to go ahead and purchase the copy of the hardcover on Bookoutlet, and I am going to be purchasing the rest of the series in hardcover in the American edition so that I can own them when they come out, and I'm going to do what everybody else has done and show you guys the inside flap, which is a beautiful picture of Shalon, and I just can't get over how gorgeous this is. And the back, the end pages is also a picture of a map, but this is absolutely stunning, and I can't wait to finish The Way of Kings so I can get to this bad boy, and I might try to do this during my 2 weeks off for Christmas holiday, but you know, I can't make any promises because this is such a huge book. The next books are, it's a box set, and I got this box set from Amazon when they did their Black Friday sale, which was a 30% off coupon, and I struggled with what I was going to get for a really long time. I talked to Lindsay for a long time about what I was going to get. I was going to get a box set of graphic novels, the Lock and Key graphic novel box set, but it ended up only being like $5 off, and I couldn't justify spending $5 getting only $5 off of a $65 purchase. That's a whole lot of that's not a whole lot of difference as opposed to me getting a $10 book, which is $5 off. So I went ahead and picked up this box set, and I did copy Lindsay, and I hope that she forgives me for it. But I did want to pick up this this series, and I just wasn't sure. I just completely had forgotten about it. So whenever she mentioned it, I went ahead and got it, and I got it $10 off. So I went, you know, it's a good deal. And that's going to be the Parasol Protectorate box set by Kel Carringer, and I'm very excited about this. This follows our main character who is her father is dead or is a vampire, and she has no soul, and essentially what this means is when she touches something that she takes on whatever powers they have because she is soulless, and that is the name of the first book, Soulless. I have started Soulless. It's very good so far. It's very quirky. This is steampunk, fun, and I really think I'm going to enjoy this. And I heard from this for the first time from Asana from Inkbone's book, so I'm very excited to read this to let her know how I feel about it. And yes, I'm very excited about this. So the next book is going to be In the Light of What We Know by Zia Haider Rahman. And yeah, so look at this cover and look at this spine. It's just freaking gorgeous. I have been seeing this a lot on Amazon. I've been recommended this a lot on Amazon, and so I wanted to go ahead and pick it up. I'm not 100% sure what this book is about, but I have a vague idea that it's about a main character who is kind of going through a dark spot in his life. His marriage is falling apart, his career is not going so well, and then one day a person from his past who has disappeared shows up at his front door and decides he wants to make amends and to settle what was wrong, or do what's right in the midst of what he had done is wrong and why he disappeared. And yeah, and I've heard that this is a well-rounded story from around the world and all kinds of things, and I'm very excited about this. It's got a lot of travel in it, and I'm really enjoying adult fiction, so that's why I think I'm going to enjoy this. The next book I have is The Interestings by Meg Wolitzer, and I believe that this is a story about some kids or some teenagers from a very young age, and then as they grow up, and it follows where they took different routes in life, and some of them have good lives, some of them have bad lives, and I'm excited about this. It's also also blurb by Jeffrey Eugenides, and he is a highly acclaimed author. So I am excited to read this. Next book is a book I'm also very, very excited about, and that's going to be You by Caroline Kepnes. And I saw this for the first time on Lainey from Jareen's Lainey channel, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to love this book, and that's why I'm waiting so that I can read this all in one go, because I'm almost 100% positive I'm going to like this book. This is a psychological thriller about a main character, a guy who is a psychopath. He's a sociopath, and he finds this woman at a bookshop, or he sees this woman at a bookshop, and he falls in love with her only because he wants to kill her. And it sounds so good. I can't wait to read this book. I know I'm going to like this book. I feel like this is going to have the same feel as like maybe Gone Girl or Sharp Objects or like Night Film or Before I Go to Sleep. I feel like this is going to have the same kind of feelings towards it. So I'm really excited to read this and let you guys know my thoughts on it when I do read it. And then the last 3 books are all by the same author, and this is going to make Lindsay incredibly happy. And those 3 books are all going to be by John Scalzi. So if you guys have been following Lindsay, you know that she is on this huge John Scalzi kick, and she loves John Scalzi. And we've been talking, and she told me the books that she thinks that I should start out with. So I went ahead and picked up 3 of them off of Bookoutlet, and I'm very excited. So the books that I got are Red Shirts, The Old Man's War, and Fuzzy Nation. And I did get the awesome hardcover edition of Fuzzy Nation. It is seriously gorgeous. And I really like these tall, regular size paperbacks. And I'm very excited. So I'm not 100% sure what all these books is about, but I'm pretty sure Old Man's War is about a main character who is 75 and he joins the army, or he joins something. I'm not sure. That's all I know about. I just know that the guy's 75 and he joins the army or something like that. Red Shirts is blurbed by Joe Hill, and if you guys know anything about me, you know that Joe Hill is one of my favorite authors. And this one is a funny take on our main, on the Red Shirts, which if you guys know anything about Star Trek, anytime they go out anywhere, the Red Shirts are always the first to die. I personally love Star Trek, especially The Next Generation. I am a big Picard fan, but I'm very excited to read this one. I have heard really, really good things about it, and I believe this won the Hugo Award. I think it won the Hugo Award, and I'm very, very excited to read this book. And then finally there's Fuzzy Nation by John Scalzi, and this is, I believe, about a main character who is an excavator, and he's hired by this corporation to go to different planets and basically take all the useful resources for their planet and then sell them back to his planet. And I believe that he stumbles upon something of great worth, and then it's a big courtroom thing within him and the corporation, because the corporation owes him money for the fact that he found these things. And on top of that, it also has to do with another storyline of he comes home one day and there is these weird like creatures in his house, and he kind of becomes friends with them. And yeah, I'm really excited to read this one as well. I think I'm going to start with Fuzzy Nation. I think that's going to be the book that I start with from John Scalzi, but I'm very, very excited to read it. So yeah, that's going to be part 1 of my Bookoutlet, Amazon, blah 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 unboxing. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have read any of these books, please let me know about below. And please comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for all your support, and I can't wait to talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.